Hey everybody, I'm out here just playing around with some black scratch paper. I've played around with it a little bit um, with the CO2 laser. Not real excited about the results on those. It just doesn't take a lot of power to do this scratch paper, and it's kind of hard to get the right settings with the CO2 because it's a real fine line between being too much and not enough power. But I've seen some folks on YouTube having some amazing results doing this stuff with their diode lasers. So I thought, well, I'm going to try it out. So you can see I've got the Genmitsu LC-50 Plus that was sent to me, I don't know, probably a month or so ago, maybe longer than that now. But decided to try it out with this paper, and so far, let me pull this picture up. Let's see here. This right here is the picture I'm trying to do. This is as you can guess, a very old picture. This is my grandfather, Ralph, and his lovely wife, Effie Mae. Effie Mae, that's one of my grandmothers that I never got to meet because she passed away before I was even around, so I never got to meet her. But anyway, just looking at this, it looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. I'm pretty excited about the results that looks like I might have with this. I say, Bill's in the house. How you doing, Bill? I don't think we got very many more people out there. It looks like just a few. But I've got, let's see here. According to Lightburn, and I can give you a, let me come screen share again, and I'll show you what this is the Lightburn screen. You can see over here in the status bar, it's got just under 9 minutes to go. And of course, you can see this image that I'm doing is inverted here, and that's how it kind of, I actually used Imager, that online thing, to do the settings on this. So I think it's going to turn out pretty well. John Thompson's in the house. How you doing, John? Steve from Harnell Media's here. Hello, Steve. Yeah, I think this is going to work out pretty good. Now, I had to play around with the settings. I watched a video right before. I guess I should ask for a sound check too, since I'm using this new microphone again. Let me know, somebody out there in the chat, if my sound is good. It tested good when I I didn't shut that I didn't shut that silly counter off. I don't need that anymore. It tested good when I was okay. Steve says sounds good. All right. Frankie's in the house. How you doing, Frankie? Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video right before I come out here to try this because I thought, well, I need to find out, get me at least a ballpark on the settings to play around with it. And I was watching, I don't know his full name. His name is Jim, and he has the Edge of Tech YouTube channel. Does a lot of stuff with 3D printers and diode lasers and stuff like that. And I think this was probably an older video too. It might have been a year or two old. But he was saying that he used he was saying that he used a 3,200 millimeters per minute. He was using the per minute thing, and 35% power. But I don't recall if he ever said what watt laser he was using, you know. And I'm guessing that it might have been a 5 watt, because I thought, well, I use millimeters per second, so all you got to do is, you know, divide it by 60 to figure out what that is. So the 3,200 millimeters per minute in millimeters per second was about 54. And so when I set it up for 54 millimeters per second and 35% power, and then started running it, and I'll be able to show you here in a minute when that finishes, or I don't know if you can see it. If you look right above the top of the picture, you might be able to see where it did just a slot, because it was too slow and too much power, and it just burned right through the paper. So I thought, okay, well, I'll bet you he was using a 5 watt laser, and this is a 10 watt laser on this one. So I thought, well, let me at first I was going to double it and go to about 100 or 120. And then I thought, ah, heck, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up to 200. So if you look right up here, you can see I'm running 200 millimeters per second with 35 max power, 0 minimum power. You can see I got the pass-through check because I did use Imager to make adjustments to the photo. So I'm not using the light burn part for that. But anyway, I just stuck it at 200 and started it off, and I thought, well, it looks like it's going to do pretty well. And it's, I guess I got lucky hitting that setting pretty close. Just guessing, so because it looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. Philip Carr says, "Hey Dave, I just bought a laser engraver too. Lots to learn." Okay, which one did you get? There's a ton of them out there. And I guess I should mention too, if anybody is wanting to look at the one that I'm showing here, the Genmitsu LC-50 Plus, I do have a link down in the description if you want to check it out. And also I want to mention, you see I'm wearing one of the All-American Clothing t-shirts here. I have a link down below in the description if anybody wants to enter going now through March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. You can go over there and sign up and enter to win a $250 gift card. So I do have the links down below if anybody wants to do that. Doesn't cost anything. And let's see, Philip says he has the O-Tour Laser Master 3. All right. Okay, the 10 watt. Good deal. Good deal. I have right down here, it's up underneath this table, this workbench, I have a Laser Master Pro 2. And it's built, I made a custom enclosure that just fits it. And I was thinking, I thought, I probably should sell that thing, enclosure and all, because it's, I haven't used it in probably a year or so. Or, well, at least 6 months, I guess. It's been since I've used it. But now that I've got this Genmitsu that is a 10 watt, I like it. And of course, you can see what I use for an enclosure. On this one, I've just basically got it stuck in the bed of my Omtech laser, my CO2 laser. And I don't know if you can hear, but I do have I got the hood open, but I do have the exhaust, so it's pulling like a downdraft and getting rid of what little bit of fumes there are on that black scratch paper. Frankie says, Dave, I'm building a large enclosed laser. I have this bathroom exhaust fan. Do you think it will work mounted to the enclosure and vented outside the shop? Well, I don't know what the CFM is on it, but look for a label and see if it's got any CFM, and if it's got probably at least, I don't know, 300 or 400 CFM, you'd probably be okay. Although I can tell you, these fans work better the closer you put them to where you're exiting the fumes. If you put them right at the enclosure and then have, say, 8 feet of hose run into a window, that fan's trying to push that stuff instead of getting a draw and pulling it. So, for example, the way my fan is set up on my CO2 laser, I have the AC Infinity 6-inch fan mounted just below my window, and then the hose runs from the back of the CO2 laser up over to the bottom of that fan, and then there's just about this much 6-inch hose that just comes up and goes straight out the vent that I have built into that window there. And it does a much better job pulling the fumes than if you have it up close to the machine trying to push them. Just an FYI there. Let's see, we are down to the final few seconds for this thing. Looks like we got about 30 seconds left to go. Something like that. Yeah, around 30 seconds. Keep jumping back and forth, I guess, now. But I think this thing is going to turn out pretty good. I mean, yeah, it still looks like an old picture, but as I showed you, it was an old picture. That picture, well, I don't know exactly how old they were in there, but like I said, she's been gone for 70 or 80 years. So that picture was, I could just tell from the way my grandfather looks in there, he's much younger than when I remember him. So I'm guessing he's probably maybe in his 50s or something there. Way before I was thought of. Interesting little fun fact. My mailman come a while ago, and I walked out there to the mailbox, and I had one of these. I didn't even know they still made these. The real yellow pages. Notice how thin it is these days, though. Of course, you do get a couple of little refrigerator magnets from some ambulance chasing lawyers or something. But yeah, that thing. Oh, I guess it's got. Oh, it's running long apparently. Yeah, I see there's a minus sign left in it. So it's actually taking a little longer than what Lightburn originally said, because it said 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it's been running almost 1 hour and 43 minutes. So it's taken a little bit longer. Philip says, is that just normal black paper like construction paper? No, it is. Okay, looks like it's stopped there. So let me grab it and pull it off. Okay, this is, hold it here. I think that came out really nice. And again, let me go back to, oops, not the right one. Oh, I know why. Let me stop that. There we go. So that's the original picture. And then this is how it came out with the black and white. And to answer your question, Philip, this stuff, they call this stuff black scratch paper. When you buy it, it comes with a little pack of these, just a little wooden, looks like a oversized toothpick. And if you scratch on it, I'm going to write, if I take that stick and write on it right up here, you can see it just scratches the black off, and then there's white underneath. And if you want to check this out, I have a link to this down below in the description too. This is some stuff I bought off of Amazon. But that, and if you look close here, this is what I was talking about right here. This, when I tried those settings that I got from that guy on YouTube, it was just cutting the slot. It was basically way too much power. So I thought, well, instead of reducing the power, I'll leave the power the same and just keep speeding it up so that it doesn't have time to burn all the way through. And I'm really pleased with that. That's, like I said, I've been playing around with this stuff with the CO2 laser, and it just seems like it's much harder to get the settings right. I'm not going to say I won't eventually get them, but I just haven't got anything near that good looking. And like I said, I've heard that because, you know, this stuff works better with the lower powered lasers, so that would make sense that the diode lasers would do a better job of it. And the only thing is, like I said, you can't get in a hurry because this picture was an hour and, well, let's see, I guess it wipes it out when it finishes. It doesn't tell you the time, but it was about an hour and 44 minutes, give or take. So it does take a little bit, and this this picture is really not that big. It is, let's see here, about 4 3/4 inches wide, give or take, by about 3.5. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. That came out. I don't know if I could get it much better than that, but anyway, that's I just thought I would get on here and let's see. John says, how thick of material can you cut with this laser? With the diode laser, I don't really know. I think you can still cut like the 1/16 and the 1/8, maybe even 1/4. Now, of course, we're probably talking multiple passes. You're probably not going to cut, I know you're not going to cut probably 1/4 inch with one pass like I can with the the CO2 laser. Yeah, hence the name scratch paper. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, there's a link in the description of this if you want to go check it out. I think it was like $11.99 or something for a pack of this, and I think there's like 25 sheets of this in there. So it's not very expensive. But I'm pretty stoked to see how well this Genmitsu diode laser does with this stuff, because I will definitely try some more. And just have to, you just have to be careful and keep an eye on stuff though, because like I said, a long cycle time. If I tried to run that picture and do it landscape and then fill up this whole sheet, if that took an hour and 44 minutes, you can see how long it'd probably take 5 or 6 hours to do the whole thing. In fact, I may try to just scale it up and just see what it would take, because I'd love to have one that's, using up just about all of that sheet. These sheets are kind of weird too, because you think when I hold it up, you probably think it's 8.5 by 11, but it's not. It's 8 by 11.5. I don't know. Sounds kind of backwards. It's, because regular paper is 8.5 by 11, but this is 8 inches by 11.5 long. So kind of weird to make stuff fit in there. So I think that's all I'm going to do. I was just doing one of these little pop-up things, see who would pop in and hang out with me. But I'm going to go play around some more. I've got plenty of room on this sheet, so I'll probably pull up something else and get it started, and just let it run. I'll measure whatever that size is that I've got left. And you can see one thing about this paper too, you can see where, let's see, Philip, I guess, was asking, if you look right here, this is where I had the magnets. So if you're not careful and you just scratch it, you can get some white specks from trying to hold it down with a magnet or something like that. Anything at all that scratches it, it's going to make that white come through. But anyway, that's going to be it. I just appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me for a few minutes. I just wanted to try this out. And now that I see that's going to work pretty cool, I'm going to be looking on Google Images or whatever, try to find a good image to get. So anyway, that's going to be it here. Let me see if I can figure out how to get off of here. Whenever I do these pop-ups, I never know how I'm supposed to sign off of here. Alrighty, I think I can just hit the end and that'll do it. All right, everybody. See y'all later. Have a good one.